Okay, so we are in chapter 1, and in this particular video we'll talk about asymptotic efficiency and asymptotic notations. Also already you have covered what is an algorithm, area of study, why algorithm, how to judge an algorithm. We'll talk about space complexity, time complexity, how to calculate space complexity and time complexity, so on. In this video we'll talk about asymptotic efficiency and asymptotic notations. Okay, now here few asymptotic notations are there. The notations are uh, big O notation, big omega notation, theta notation, small o notation, small omega notation. So first one, big O notation, big O notation. The function fn, the function fn is equal to big O of g of n if and only if and only if there exists positive constant c and n0 such that fn is less than c of g of n for all n greater than n0. Now it looks difficult, but basically these concepts are very simple concepts. Okay, just see one by one. Suppose one function is fn, one function is fn is equal to 3n plus 2. Okay, now for this particular function we can write so if you compare with this, so we can write uh, less than equal to c into gn. So we just take one greater value than this coefficient, so just take 4, okay, and n. Now if you see this particular expression, the important part is 3n part is the important part is the main part. Okay, and if you see this one, now fn is equal to 3n plus 2, so here the main part is 3n part, 2 is the negligible part. You just take one more coefficient of n is 3, you just take one and just copy the coefficient. Now if you compare these two, this is nothing but our fn, okay, this is nothing but our c, and this will be nothing but our gn. So if and only if there is positive constant c, so the positive constant c is equal to 4, okay, and n0 in such that fn is less than equal to c of 0 for all n greater than n0. Now this, if n is equal to 1, so if n is equal to 1, so this particular value is 3 into 1, 3 into 1 plus 2, it is 5, and 4 into 1, so is it true? No, it is not true. N is equal to 2, then 6, 3 into 2, 6 plus 2, 8, and 4 into 2, it is 8. Now it is true. So we can write n0 is equal to 2. So you can see here, if it is true, means for fn we can write big O of g of n. What is g of n? What is gn? Gn is nothing but n. If and only if there exists one positive constant c, here c is equal to 4, and n0 where n0 is equal to, such that fn is less than equal to c of g of n for all n greater than n0. So it is true if the value of n is more than greater than equal to 2. If n is equal to 1, it is not true. We can take another example. Now you just see the basic theory about big O, big omega, theta. Then we will see the application of big O, big omega, theta, small o, small omega. Okay. Now can take another example. Suppose fn is equal to 2n square plus n plus 2. Okay. Now here the main part is 2n square is the main part, okay, n plus 2. So we can just, main part is this one, so just write down n square, and just more one, 2 just greater 1, so 2 plus 1 3. Now when we can write this one, so if n is equal to 1, if n is equal to 1, here the value is 2 plus 1 3 plus 2 5. Okay, and if n is equal to 1, so 3 into 1 it is 3. So if n is equal to, it is not true. Now if n is equal to 2, then 2 into 2 4 8 plus 2 plus 2 it is 12, and here 3 into 2 square, so for 12. Now it is true. So in this case also, so by chance here also n is equal to here, but it is not always the true. But in this case the n0 value is also 2. So we can write fn is equal to big O of n square, since this is nothing but our C, this is nothing but our Gn. If and only if there is positive constant C, okay, and n0 such that fn is less than equal to C into Gn for all n greater than equal to 0. So for 2n square plus n plus 2, for that case also we can write big O of n square if the value of n, so here the value of n should be more than 2. Okay. Similarly, suppose you can take another example. Suppose fn is equal to 6 into 2 to the power n plus n square. Okay, so if you compare this to the vital part is this one, so we can write 7 into 2 to the power n. So this is nothing but our C, this is nothing but our Gn. Now we have to identify the n0. Now this particular concept is true if the value of n0 is equal to 4. That means n is should be greater than equal to 4. Then and only you can write this particular. Okay, so we can write for this particular expression, we can write fn is equal to big O of 2 to the power n. Since this is nothing but Gn, so actual formula is what? fn is equal to big O of g of n. Okay, now here Gn, you just write down this, just write this Gn of here. So in this case Gn is 2 to the power n is the Gn. Okay, so here fn is equal to big O of g 2 to the power n, you can write. So this is nothing but our Gn. Okay, so we can write, if it is big O of n, we can write the algorithm is linear. If it is big O of n square, which is called quadratic. If it is big O of n to the power q, then algorithm is cubic. Okay, big O of it is 2 to the power n, then it is called exponential. If it is log n, then it is called logarithmic. Okay, so if an algorithm takes time, big O of log of n, it is faster. So for sufficiently large n. Okay. Next. Okay, next we'll talk about the big omega. Now, okay, so it is called big omega. The function fn is equal to big omega of g of a if and only if there exists positive constant c and n0 such that fn is greater than c into g of n for all n greater than n0. Okay, so for example, suppose function is equal to 3n plus 2. Okay, so in this case we can write, you can do one thing, the main part is 3n part, so in this easily you can write 3n. Okay, so the identify the crucial part is this particular part, and just copy it without incrementing or decrementing something. Okay, now here this is nothing but our C, this is nothing but our Gn. Okay, now if you compare this one, this is fn, this is nothing but our fn, C into Gn, so this is C and this is Gn. So if you can write this one, That means for this Fn we can write big omega of Gn. What is Gn? Gn is n, so it is n. Okay. Now when it is true, so if n is equal to 1, then it is 5, then it is true. So it is true for n is equal to 1. So n0 is equal to 1, so n greater than equal to 1. So constant part is 3 and n0 part is 1, and we can write Fn is equal to big omega n of n if n is greater than equal to 1. We can take another example. Suppose suppose Fn is equal to 10n square plus 4n plus 2. Okay, so for that easily we can write is greater than 10n square. Okay, so this is nothing but our C, this is our Gn. Okay, so then we can write, so we can write Fn is equal to big omega of n square, because the formula is Fn, if Fn is greater than equal to C into Gn, then we can write Fn is equal to big omega of Gn. So what is big omega? Big omega this one, and what is Gn? Gn is equal to n square. Okay, next theta, so it should be the second one. Okay, then what is theta? Third one is theta. The function Fn is equal to, so it is called theta. Fn is equal to theta of g of n if and only if there exists positive constant c1, c2 and n0 such that c1 of gn less than equal to Fn less than equal to c2 g of n for all n greater than equal to n0. Okay, so we can see one example. Suppose Fn is equal to 3n plus 2. Okay, so if you compare with this, so this is nothing but our Fn, so this is 3n plus 2 Fn. Now crucial part is what? 3n, you just take 4n. Okay, and here we can write 3n. So obviously 3n plus 2 is greater than 3n, and 4n obviously greater than 4n is greater than 3n plus 2 if and only if n is equal to 2. If n is equal to 1, then it is 5, and for if n is equal to 2, then it is 8. So in this, for this particular part, n should be greater than equal to 2, and for this particular part n should be greater than equal to 1. So for whole part n should be greater than 2. Okay, so if you compare with this, so this is nothing but our C1, this is nothing but our C2. Okay, and Gn is equal to n. Okay, so we can write this one. So for this Fn we can write theta of n. Okay, now next example, suppose Fn is equal to 10n square plus 4n plus 2. So for this what you can write, 10n square plus 4n plus 2 is less than 11n square. Okay, and is less than, so this is nothing but our C1, this is nothing but our C2. We have to check, identify the n0 value that we have to identify. So say as if it is x. Okay, so n should be greater than equal to x, and we can write this one. So and Gn is nothing but our n square. So for this Fn square we can write theta of n square, theta of Gn square. So Gn is nothing but n square, so we can write this one. Okay, now suppose the Fn is 2n plus 1. Okay, now if it is 2n plus 1, then if the values are like this way, say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, then if n is equal to 1, then it is 3. Okay, so 2 4 6 8 10. If n is equal to 1, then it is 3. If n is equal to 2, then it is 5. If n is equal to 3, then it is 7. If n is equal to 4, then it is 9. If n is equal to 0, then it is 1, we can say. So we can write this is nothing but our fn. Now if it is 3n, okay, then if n is equal to 1, then it is 3, so that will be somewhere here, same. If it is 2, then it is 6. If it is 3, then it is 9. Okay, so the figure will be somewhere like that. This is nothing but 3n. If it is 2n, we can write 2n also. If it is 2n, if n is equal to 1, then it is 2. If 2, it is 4. If it is 3, then it is 6. Then you can write this one. So this is nothing but our 2n. Okay, so this particular line is fn. That means 2n plus 1. This particular line is 2n. This particular line is 3n. Okay, now we will see the practical application of theta. So big O, big omega and theta. Now if you know the particular function is the worst case function, so already know what is worst case complexity. If it is worst case function, worst case equation, then to represent this we use big omega notation. So we use big omega notation to represent the worst case. Now why we use big omega notation as worst case? Now if it is a actual function is like that, so it will never cross this particular line. It will never cross this particular line. So if the complexity is this, it will never cross this particular line. That means this will be the worst case part, worst case nature. And if it is if you know that algorithm, this any equation is the best case equation, then in this case we have to use the big omega notation. Now if it is known that 2n plus 1 is the best case equation, then this is nothing but a best case equation, best case line. That means it will never the values of the time will never cross down this particular line. Okay, that means this is nothing, the lower bound, this is nothing but the lower bound. So lower bound we use for the best case. This is nothing but the upper bound. So this is nothing but the upper bound. Okay, we use upper bound to represent the worst case. Now the question is, when should we use theta case? So if any algorithm having only single complexity, means neither best case neither worst case. For example, selection sort. Okay, so in selection sort always there should be a one equation. Okay, then in this case we may use theta notation. Okay, similarly merge sort, n log n, so always it is n log n, whatever may be the situation, always it is n log n. So to represent the merge sort we use theta notation. That means in summary, for big O notation we use to represent worst case, big omega to represent the best case, and theta if neither worst case neither best case is there, if single case is there, then we use for average case. So it is not true, theta is not for the average case. Okay, so it is for the single case, means neither best case neither worst case, if it is single case is there. Okay, now these three are asymptotically tight. Asymptotically tight means if it is the actual nature, worst case complexity or best case, they are very near the actual complexity. Okay, now when should we use small o and small omega? Suppose the complexity of Fn is this one, this is nothing but our Fn. Okay, now asymptotically tight, say this one, say it is n square. Okay, now if n square is the asymptotically tight and if it is the worst case, then nq is also worst case, nq is also worst case, n to the power 4 is also worst case. Okay, but n square is the asymptotically tight, means very near to the actual. nq is what? It is not near to the actual, it is not asymptotically tight. Okay, it goes far away from this particular actual function. So if fn is equal to say 2n square plus 3, and we may use small o notation for worst case complexity, and if it is not asymptotically tight, then for this particular equation we can write small o n to the power q, because nq is not asymptotically tight. Clear? But n square is asymptotically tight. In this case, if it is worst case complexity, okay, if it is worst case complexity, then we can write big O of n square. But if you want equation which is not asymptotically tight, then we can write small o nq. So for small o we cannot write n square. That we cannot write because n square is asymptotically tight. Similarly, small omega we can use for lower bound for not asymptotically. Now if n square, if it is n square for the small best case complexity, then n log n is also best case, even n is best case. So n is best case, so we may use for the equation 2n square plus 3. So assume fn is equal to 2n square plus 3 is a best case complexity. So for this best case complexity we can write small omega n log n, we can write n, even we can write log n. These are not asymptotically tight, but we cannot write small o n square. Are you getting this one? So you may ask why the same equation, it is a best case and what is worst case. So the case is if algorithm 1 is there. Okay, now we may use the algorithm. We have calculated, identify the number of steps, and the equation is 2n square plus 3. Now it may be possible this equation is the worst case situation. If another algorithm is there, it may be possible 2n square plus 3 is the best case. It may be possible. Now to represent the worst case we should use big O. To represent the best case we should use big omega. Now algorithm 3, single complexity is there, no best case, no worst case. Okay, single case is there. In this case we may use theta. Okay, so in this case we may write big O n square. So it is quadratic type nature, and this indicates the worst case complexity. N square, it is quadratic type nature, this indicates the best case complexity. Theta n square, so single complexity is there, which is n square. Now for this particular equation we may use small o into the power q, we can write, because nq is not asymptotically tight, far away from the original. Okay, similarly if it is a best case we may use omega in we can write. Okay, and here nothing is there. Okay, so big omega to represent the worst case complexity, big O to represent the worst case complexity, big omega for the best case complexity, and theta if single case is there. Okay, now we can solve we can explain one practical problem. Insertion sort. So okay, the complexity of insertion sort. Okay, now the best case of insertion sort is fn 5n minus 4, and worst case is 3 by 2 n square plus 7 by 2 n minus 4. Okay, so in this case it's a best case, so for that we may write big omega of n. Okay, and we here to represent this one we may use big O of n square. So big omega n is a best case complexity, big O square n, big O n square, that is the worst case complexity. But if it is a merge sort, we will discuss in detail. Merge sort, then single n log n is there. So in this case we may use theta n log n. No best case, no worst case. Okay. Now, how much it is practical? Suppose one algorithm is there and you may ask what is the complexity of that. We may just write n square. The question is, what is the indication of that? What is the use of this n square? Clear? Now, suppose one algorithm is there. Here the equation is 2n square plus 3n plus 6. Now if it is a worst case complexity, for that we may write big O n square. That means what is the actual meaning of that? Actually, if n is sufficiently large, suppose if n is equal to 1, then these two terms are the dominating part. If n is equal to 3, still these two are the dominating part. But if n is equal to 10 to the power 10, say, now we can say this one is the dominating part. Now these are the negligible part, 3n plus 6. So in terms of, if you compare these two values, so this particular value is negligible part. That means we can ignore this particular part. Okay. So remember one thing, if you want to apply asymptotic efficiency, n should be sufficiently large. That means you can reduce this one. So 2n square. Now what is the difference between 2n square and n square? Basically, if you draw a 2n square should be like that, if you draw n square should be like that. So the nature 2n square and n square, the nature that is same. N square, if it is n square and if it is 2n square, the nature is same. So we can ignore 2 also. Okay. So if n is sufficiently large, we can ignore this particular part. And if you compare 2n square and n square, both are same thing. So obviously we can drop this particular 2 value also. That means the main part is the n square part. Okay. So remember one thing, we may use through asymptotic efficiency, we can exhibit the nature of the algorithm, not the exact complexity. Okay. So suppose algorithm 1 is there and algorithm 2 is there. Here the complexity is big O n square. Here the complexity big O n log n. So which one is the better algorithm? Obviously this one is a bit this will be the better algorithm, because here n log n is smaller than the n square. In another instance, suppose here the complexity is n to the power q, but here n to the power q log n. So obviously this one is the better algorithm if you compare with these two. Okay, so through this asymptotic efficiency we just compare the algorithms. Okay, so the basic part, two main objective is to exhibit the nature of the algorithm, and second is what? For comparison purpose. Okay, and it is independent of the machine, independent of the region, independent of the language, independent of the everything. Okay, and that is the use of the asymptotic efficiency.